Tate, the director, is it true that you talked and you said, please find me something, put me in something where I've not done it yet? It'll be a surprise to me.
It's a kind of true. We talked about definitely changing it up, and I know that he is going to be reading a lot more scripts than I am. And I just told him I didn't want to do any period wigs. I
Right.
wanted to do something more contemporary. I'm still doing period in this movie, but it's like 1980, more recent
Right.
period. You know.
Were you happy with it? You're ready? You said, oh, this is it right away as soon as you saw the script?
Well, he pitched it to me first, and
Okay.
he said, I found this horror flick, and I stopped him, and I said, in most horror films, black people get killed within the first 15 minutes.
We don't
So,
want
no. And then he said, no, not only do you not get killed within the first 15 minutes, you get to do the killing. And then I said, well, sign me up and we'll talk logistics later.
Let's talk about Ma. Oh, Lord. Where do I start with Ma? Where did you pull this from? Because, again, like you said, horror movies, black people we see die in the first 15 minutes. We're going the full range here.
Full range.
How did you get this character to come to life? What did you see and what did you pull from?
Well, Ma she exhibits certain character traits that are identifiable. And once I knew what I was looking at, that's what I researched. Her dissociative
Right.
problems. And so I looked into all of that and did the research. And once you know how that mind or brain thinks, then it's easier to bring that character to light because you understand why she goes from white hot to super burning napalm.
Right.
Napalm,
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere because it's a part of, her thought process.
Were you able to shake the character after you left set? Did you guys get to have any fun on set after the seriousness and the heaviness that happened with the characters?
Well, it was a prelude. We did all of the other stuff first,
Okay.
and then the gory stuff happened the last week.
Okay.
And we had a lot of fun prior to that last week, but the last week was very serious because that's when we're doing all this torture, and
Right.
And you have to check in with your scene partners to make sure everybody feels safe. And a couple of people got freaked out. I won't say who. And I got freaked out because, you want to make sure people know that they're safe. But it was easy to leave Sue Ann behind. Those are character traits that I don't have.
Right.
But she was certainly fun to play.
Yes. Bring them on. Bring them on for the screen and leave them there. And like you said, you did check in with some of the cast members.
Mm-hmm.
We won't mention any names. But how was that? There are a lot of young kids on their set.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably, like you said, for you can dismiss and say, I'm done now. For them, getting into these type of roles, was it hard? And the check-ins, how were those?
Well, the teenagers got to be teenagers. They
Yeah.
really enjoyed being, playing contemporary teens. But the torture stuff that they endure at the end, I did my due diligence while we were leading up to that point.
Okay.
Just to always say, I overmothered them,
Yeah.
because a couple of them were, 21.
Right.
And a couple were 18.
Okay.
So it was, my thing is when I'm working with anybody who's playing a minor, whether or not they're a minor, I always err on the side of I'm an aunt,
And I'm going to take care of
and
it.
I'm going to make sure you don't do anything that your parents won't allow you to do,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make sure you're okay and safe. And so they ran away from me a lot.
They're like, please stop being my
Stop
aunt.
telling me what to do.
It's for their own good, though.
Exactly.
It's good to know that you check in on
Exactly.
people. It's
Yes,
not just about
ma'am.
you, it's about everybody on
I'm
set.
in the partnership
Yeah.
of the parents. I want to return your child exactly the way you left it.
Exactly. I know spoilers that I will give away right now. However, we have a little bit of the Help reunion.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't talk about that.
We can't?
Can we?
Oh, well, people have been talking about it.
Ooh, okay. Well, come
Yeah,
on.
but no. Allison Janney has a key part in this, and I have to say she's a true friend to me and Tate. We've known each other for like 18 years, and that she did that while she was on her Oscar campaign for I,
Really?
Tonya. She was on our set for 3 days. Flew in. I mean, she had a day job. She was working on Mom.
Yeah.
And she was on an Oscar campaign. She came down to do 3 days on our movie and flew right to the BAFTAs where she won. So we love you, Janny.
Yes, that's so good. And you two are real friends.
Yes.
And Tate as well. You guys were roommates.
Mm-hmm.
seeing what you're at now and what you guys are doing, because I think Tate, you and Allison, this is like the 4th time you've all worked together, was it?
It's
Something like
it's a
that.
lot.
Yeah, it's a
we
lot,
work together a
multiple
lot.
times.
Yeah.
How good does it feel to be in this position, see where we are, and all the work that's been put into everything?
Well, I don't think the journey that we take as creatives is a solitary journey. So you better, choose your tribe.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate that I fell into a pot of jam with some very talented people who want to continue to work with me.
Yeah.
If you love that video, you're going to love everything on the Access YouTube channel. So hit the subscribe button. You can thank me later. Hit it.